Breaking news on San Francisco's defensive dilemma. In the shadowy aftermath of the NFL draft, while most franchises bask in the optimism of fresh talent, the San Francisco 49ers find themselves navigating treacherous waters. A bombshell report has revealed what the organization kept meticulously hidden for nearly 4 months, a devastating injury that threatens to reshape their defensive strategy for the upcoming season. Saturday night brought the stunning revelation, via ESPN insiders Nick Wagoner and Adam Schefter. Promising safety Malik Mustafa suffered a torn ACL during what seemed like an innocuous season finale against the Arizona Cardinals. The injury, now confirmed by the organization to Bay Area news group's Cam Inman, carries particularly troubling implications, as medical examinations revealed a graft from Mustafa's previous 2022 ACL tear during his Wake Forest days has also failed. This isn't merely a setback, it's a defensive crisis in the making. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. The 49ers' selection of safety Marcus Sigel in the 5th round suddenly appears less coincidental and more desperate necessity. The Kansas State product's impressive athletic testing now takes on new significance as he potentially faces baptism by fire in a starting role when regular season action begins. The silver lining: Justin Simmons remains available. While San Francisco's front office has adopted an almost zealous approach to cost-cutting this offseason, effectively sitting out the free agency frenzy, a golden opportunity now presents itself. Post-draft signings don't impact the compensatory pick formula, offering a rare chance to acquire premium talent at discount prices. Enter Justin Simmons, the 2-time Pro Bowl safety inexplicably still available on the open market. The former Denver Broncos standout has established himself as one of the league's premier defensive backs, combining exceptional field vision with elite ball-hawking abilities. Though his Pro Football Focus grades have shown marginal decline, Simmons demonstrated his continuing value with the Atlanta Falcons last season, accumulating 62 tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, and allowing just an 81.9 passer rating in his coverage. If you're enjoying this analysis, hit that like button now. We're just getting to the most critical part of this story. Industry analysts, including Corey Woodruff of For the Win, have already identified this pairing as ideal. Simmons would be the perfect short-term replacement for San Francisco until Mustafa is ready to reassume his role in the starting lineup. Simmons could fill a key veteran leadership role on the back end and give the 49ers excellent depth at the position once Mustafa is healthy. He could even play as a third safety. The complication: Simmons' selective approach, the mystery of Simmons. Continued availability deepened during his recent appearance on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams. The veteran safety expressed his desire to play for a contender, specifically naming the Denver Broncos, Buffalo Bills, and Cincinnati Bengals as preferred destinations. This selective approach explains his patience in the market, but raises questions about whether his ideal scenarios actually exist. The reality remains that none of his preferred teams have made meaningful overtures, creating a potential opening for the 49ers to swoop in with a compelling offer. San Francisco's calculation, the 49ers' reluctance to address this situation proactively, is puzzling. They've known about Mustafa's injury for months, yet have taken minimal steps to secure quality replacement options. This organizational inertia could prove costly, as the defensive secondary represents a critical vulnerability in an increasingly pass-heavy NFL landscape. With their championship window still open but narrowing, San Francisco cannot afford to enter the season with glaring defensive weaknesses. The NFC West grows more competitive by the season, and defensive cohesion remains paramount to playoff success. The broader implications: this situation reveals a troubling pattern across the NFL regarding injury transparency. How did the 49ers manage to keep such a significant injury under wraps for nearly 4 months? What other critical information might teams be concealing from fans and media? The questions extend beyond mere roster management to issues of institutional integrity. For the 49ers specifically, this represents a pivotal moment. Their response to this defensive crisis will reveal much about the organization's true competitive intentions for the upcoming season. Will they continue their frugal approach at the potential cost of defensive stability? Or will they recognize the rare opportunity presented by Simmons' availability and make the necessary investment? What this means for the season. Ahead, should San Francisco secure Simmons' services, they would not only solve their immediate safety concerns, but potentially upgrade the position. Simmons' veteran leadership would prove invaluable for a secondary, featuring several young players still developing their professional identities. Moreover, his playmaking abilities could transform occasional defensive stops into game-changing turnovers. Conversely, failure to address this gap adequately could expose vulnerabilities that opposing offenses will mercilessly exploit. In today's NFL, defensive weaknesses rarely remain hidden. They become targets of systematic attack, particularly in crucial late-season and playoff contests. The decision point arrives. The post-draft window represents San Francisco's optimal opportunity to act decisively. With compensatory pick considerations no longer relevant, and Simmons likely recognizing his preferred options may not materialize, the conditions appear perfect for a mutually beneficial arrangement. For the 49ers, the calculation should be straightforward. The cost of signing Simmons pales in comparison to the potential cost of entering the season with a glaring defensive vulnerability. Championship windows in the NFL are notoriously brief. Wasting one due to preventable personnel gaps would represent organizational malpractice of the highest order. What's your take? What do you think about this situation? Should the 49ers make an aggressive play for Justin Simmons, or trust their draft selection and internal development process? Is this injury disclosure delay concerning, or just standard NFL operational security? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The clock is ticking on San Francisco's safety situation. In a league where champions are often determined by the smallest of margins, addressing the Mustafa injury adequately might be the difference between playoff disappointment and Super Bowl glory. The solution is available. Will the 49ers seize it or watch as another contender secures the services of one of the game's premier defensive backs? For this exclusive report, I'm Fabiano, bringing you the stories behind the headlines.